Hey all. This is probably going to be pretty quick, and really just wanted to solicit some opinions. I have my own thoughts on this, but as you can tell from the assortment of parts here, going to be replacing my router. It's an old, again, similar small form factor PC. It's OpenBSD 5.6, having some issues. So needs an upgrade. So I have a newer, but still a few years old, and small form factor PC. Some memory, a solid state disk, only 120 gigs, and a dual port network card, Intel chipset. So, what am I going to do? Um, there's a few options, right? The easiest for me is just throw the latest OpenBSD on this, move over my PF config, and it's good, right? My router firewall doesn't do much. NAT, forward a couple ports, do some blocking on some large ranges. There's not much to it. Some of the more interesting options, well, the other option is PF Sense. Not really interesting. Again, probably overkill for what I need. Um, but why not, right? You get a little bit of management interface, you get some niceties and a little bit of sweetness wrapped around it. So that's an option. Could move to FreeBSD. PF, not much difference there from OpenBSD. Then I'd have the ability to do some virtualization in there with bhyve versus OpenBSD's virtualization setup. Maybe in my case, performance doesn't really matter. This is all a little bit of overkill. Some of the more interesting options, I think it'd be cool to just run an Illumos on here, say OmniOS or Triblix, and use IPF, right? Again, it's a simple firewall and router setup. Doesn't need much. You could do IPF. Even more interesting is I do, let's say, an Illumos as a host operating system, PCI pass through for the network card, and then some iteration of OpenBSD, FreeBSD, pfSense under bhyve. So those are kind of the options I'm looking at. And leave a comment what you think might be interesting, fun to play around with. Like I say, it's totally non-critical. Everything we got here is a little bit of overkill. But again, even overkills, used i5 here was, cheap, right? So isn't much in this, but I'm going to be thinking about doing this replacement pretty soon. So leave a comment with your thoughts, right? Should I do the simple, easy, everyone's doing it of just pfSense, or do something a little more interesting, right? Triblix with IPF, just for fun. Um, so let me know your thoughts, and I may be able to record bits or pieces of this depending on how it goes. Um, I really don't have a good video capture setup yet, but I have something, and maybe we can try it out for the install. Um, Doing this on network, there's some ups and downs for that, but it might be worth giving it a shot. So let me know what you think. Oh, and as you'll notice, the return of the striped fleece.